Let's go. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Towson Baseball. I'm Liam Emmons here with AC Sports, joined by Coach Matt Bain. We've got Towson versus Dulaney today on a perfect day for baseball.
All right, Liam, it's great to be here. This is actually a second game within a week for Towson and Dulaney. Last week, the Generals were over at Dulaney on Wednesday, came away with a 3-0 win.
Yes, it was a great pitching performance by Chase Sapensky, who's on the mound tonight. That first pitch is going to be a ball.
And leading off for the Lions today, you have Matt Dow. He's a junior, pitcher DH.
Very nice. Out in the field for Towson today, it's going to be Sam Bain at first. Ryan Boyce, as there's a second pitch. That's going to be called a strike. Ryan Boyce at second, Rico Talley at short, and Noah Corman at third. In the outfield, you got Michael Stamatos right, Justin Mealy at center, and Nate Drosky in left. Chase gearing up for another pitch here. Here it comes. That's going to be low as well. Chase been having a good pitching season all year.
And that was an off-speed pitch. He features a fastball, curveball, changeup in his arsenal. The lefty's headed for Wilson College next year, which is in Chambersburg, PA.
Very impressive. And that's going to be driven right to Rico Talley, though. Easy out. Good hit ball, but right in the wrong spot. Easy first out for the Generals.
Now, Towson is the class of the 3A, Dulaney class of the 4A, and they're joined by Hereford, who's a 2A classification. Those are the three top teams right now in Baltimore County play.
Yes, our Dulaney is undefeated in conference play.
Mason Frome, he is a senior.
And that's an amazing catch by Michael Stamatos. What a hot start. Stamatos on a good hit there by number 4.
It was actually Mason Frome, number 10. He's a senior catcher for Dulaney, and I tell you what, in a rivalry game like this, you need that kind of play out of your outfield.
Yes, he did. Michael lost his hat on that one, running over and getting it, showing off his good range there.
Batting third for the Lions is our starting pitcher today. It's number 4, John Kerstukas. He's a senior. He's headed to James Madison University for his college education, and he is actually their number 1 pitcher this year. He plays for Putty Hill, is his club team, and he is a very good hitter. Looks him over, and he'll work a deep count.
Very impressive. As he takes that first pitch there. Chase getting back into his set. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside as well, a little ball. So Generals with 2 outs here quickly.
Not only does Kerstukas bat left, he also throws left, so we'll have a matchup of lefties on the mound today.
Here's the pitch by Chase. That's going to be a strike. There we go. Kerstukas, having a good season this year. Playing very well.
Nice crowd on hand, filling into 5-star field. So we have more on the way.
Here's the pitch by Chase. That's like it's going to be a ball as well. And the Generals only have 1 loss in the season to Eastern Tech, but they've been on a hot streak, winning all of their last few games. Playing very well, coming together nicely as a team. Here's the pitch by Chase, and that's going to be fouled down and away. That's 2 strikes on Kerstukas.
Dulaney has 2 losses on the season, 1 to Hereford and 1 to Towson last week.
Towson played a great game. Ryan Boyce with a clutch home run. Great piece of hitting there. Hoping to recreate that performance tonight. Here's the pitch from Chase, and that's going to be fouled, popped up, and easy catch for Chase. So that's 3 quick outs for the Generals. Great top of the first, and we're going into the bottom of the first. Nothing, no hits, no anything. And welcome back to the bottom of the first inning. Tied 0-0 between Dulaney and Towson.
All right, leading off for the Generals, we have number 16, senior Justin Mealy. He'll go to UCLA next year, all the way out in Los Angeles. And pitching, as mentioned before, for Dulaney is John Kerstukas, the senior lefty. Catching for him is Mason Frome. He's also a senior.
Here's the first pitch by Kerstukas, and Mealy gets a good piece of hitting on that. It's going into the right center, and that's going to be caught by the center fielder there.
Center fielder on the day for the Lions is Jalen Alexander. He's joined in the outfield by Colson Felt, a senior, and in right field, Ian Frayne. Around the infield for the Lions, you have junior Liam Galmont. New call-up from JV, sophomore Maddox Helm, sophomore Thomas Mazzullo at shirt, and senior Nate Smith.
And Chase takes that first pitch. Chase hitting second today. Going to be followed then by Rico Talley in the third slot.
And that's kind of been how Coach Toimey's been running it this year. You got Mealy, Supensky.
And that's a good hit by Chase. That's going to drop in the gap. Good play there by the center fielder to cut him off. And Chase is going to get a nice single there. Great piece of hitting by Chase. Barrel on the bat. Barrel on the ball.
And Chase went the other way with that one. Hit the gap in left center.
All right, here's Rico Talley up.
Talley's been hot of late. He is an uncommitted senior. He'll play college ball for somebody next year and make their roster even better. He's been pretty hot with lots of extra base hits, including some doubles, triples, and a few home runs, including 2 on Saturday against Lock Raven, one that cleared the center field fence and one that cleared the right field fence.
Talley, great player, all-around player, defense, hitting, even can pitch a little bit. And that's going to be taken for a strike by Talley, also a good eye. So Chase is going to take a little lead off first. He's the first base runner of the game for either team. He's got some speed on him. Talley takes a timeout there.
Talley hits for power. He's also a fast base runner. So he's a threat anytime he puts the ball into play.
Transferred from Curley, I believe, to Towson in his freshman year. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be ripped down the left field line. And he's going to get a single out of that. Just fell out of Nate Smith's glove.
Yeah, even though Smith got a glove on that, Liam, that's definitely a single, as hard as it was hit.
Yes, it was. Absolutely ripped it right now, right down near the announcer's box even. But Nate, good to stop that so it didn't go all the way down the left field line. So Towson now's got 2 runners on, 1 out. Here's going to be
Dulaney coach coming out to check the mitt. Looks like Smith's glove might come a little undone there with a hard shot.
Talk about hitting for power.
Absolutely. The Dulaney coach this year is Zach McElroy. He is in his first year at Dulaney, although he comes from the Gilman School with lots of experience in the coaching circles.
And Coach Tormey still the coach. Been the coach for the few years for Towson. They've definitely had some success with him getting to the playoffs last year.
Yeah, Coach Tormey is actually in his 6th year, and he's assisted by Coach Cardano, Coach Carsos, and Coach Goodwin, with Carsos and Goodwin both playing for Towson High School and being a part of that 2000 state champ team.
Trying to get this team there this year. Ryan Boyce hitting cleanup. He's going to take that pitch down low for a strike.
And the thing you want Boyce to do here is just look to drive the ball in a gap. You know, I know he's thinking home run, his teammates are thinking home run, but the best thing he can do is a nice hard line drive.
He's in that cleanup spot for a reason. Here's the pitch, and he's swinging for the fences there. That's going to be a strike as well.
And with a pitcher like Kerstukas, who has that 3-4 pitch arsenal, that fastball, curveball, change, and slider, you want to make sure that you're getting something early in the count that you can hit.
Ryan Boyce now needs to protect the plate behind in the count. Trying to get an early lead, an early jump here on Dulaney with some offense. Here's the pitch from Kerstukas. And that's going to be taken for a ball. Good eye by Ryan Boyce.
Kerstukas is a twin. He has a twin Grant. Obviously also a senior on the Dulaney roster. Started at second base the other day up in Timonium.
Yes, it did. Here's the pitch. And Boyce, as you said, liner. And that's going to drop. Both runners are going to advance. He's ripping it home. But nobody's going there, except now Chase is going there as they mess up the throw, and Chase is going to slide into home safe with Rico moving into third and Ryan Boyce now with the double.
That sets up base running. Starts off with Tormey holding them up, and then when the ball's skirted by the catcher, Supensky in head first, and then the trail runners of Talley and Boyce to follow second and third,
yes,
take away the force.
I mean, that was an aggressive throw there from the fielder, trying to get it in, trying to make sure no runs scored. But they were all held up until the throw was botched by the catcher. So it's now 1-0 Towson. With runners on second and third, Michael Stamatos stepping up to the plate. Stamatos with a grand slam in a recent game.
Yeah, Michael's hitting the ball well now. He's seen it well.
Had a bit of a slow start to the season, but now he's heating up, which is in perfect time.
And I tell you what, he's playing a solid right field. He's been rock solid out there for the Generals on defense, and having his bat come along is certainly a bonus.
Well, we just saw that with that great catch in right field, at the top of this inning.
Stamatos looking like he's headed to be a Terp next year, University of Maryland, to continue his college education.
Very impressive. He's getting the pitch from Kerstukas. And Mike's not going to be able to get any bat on that one. So here comes Noah Corman now. 2 outs. Trying to get a couple more runs here. They've already got 1.
Stamatos and Kerstukas, both teammates for that Putty Hill club team. They know each other well, and it looks like Kerstukas got him with some off speed.
The best of them there. Corman trying to keep this inning alive. He's going to take time there.
Corman, one of 13 seniors on this Towson High School roster. He'll go to St. Lawrence up in upstate New York next year. He's man third base for much of the year for the Generals.
And he's going to take that pitch. Yeah, this Towson team is just loaded with seniors. Everyone in that starting lineup except Ryan Kennedy is a senior this year. So this is really their last push. As he's going to rip that down, it's going to be fielded, and that's going to be an easy out. So that's 3 outs there for the Generals, but they score 1 on a great piece of hitting by Ryan Boyce. And we're going to go into the top of the second here, 1-0 Towson. All right, top of the second here, 1-0 Towson Generals after some good hits in a row from Chase Opensky, Rico Talley, and Ryan Boyce. Leading off this inning,
Liam Gaumont.
Yes, he is.
Junior first baseman. Also does some catching. Plays for Putty Hill.
Putty Hill club team good. Here's the pitch from Chase, first of the inning. He's going to take that high for a ball.
And Supensky's formula all year long has been changing speeds, obviously working ahead and keeping that pitch count down overall so that he can work deep into games.
And that's going to be fouled back. So it's 1-1 here.
Hey, who's going after it? Let's go.
You know, Supensky's had a great past couple years coming out of the COVID season that didn't happen. He's been definitely their top pitcher. They're going to be relying on him the most, which is why they started on both games against Dulaney. They're the person they most can trust. He's going to take that for a ball.
Towson with 3 other games this week. They travel to Dundalk on Wednesday, and then they travel to Catonsville on Friday for a doubleheader.
They're gearing up really into the home stretch of the season here, especially as the weather warms up. Great time for baseball. That's going to be a hard hit ground ball right up the middle. Good piece of hitting. That's the first hit for Dulaney. Right between Ryan Boyce and Rico Talley. Good hit there by Liam Gaumont.
Hitting in the 5 spot is number 5 for Dulaney, Colson Felt. Colson, a senior. Headed to the University of Maryland for college. Colson is playing the outfield and also pitches for the Lions.
Yes, he is.
Supensky over to Bain on the pickoff move. Just kind of letting Gaumont know he's there.
Gaumont not taking a huge lead off. They got a good catcher back there as well. Andy Steinbacher. Here's the pitch from Chase. That's swung through. 1 strike. Yeah, as you said, we got a nice crowd here. A lot of people from both Dulaney and Towson. Obviously, this is a heated rivalry game.
Of course, everyone familiar with each other, not only the players, but also the parents and families.
Yes, they do, whether from club teams or games over the years.
And certainly a large contingent that went to Ridgely Middle School together and then split between Towson and Dulaney. So they know each other well, that's for sure.
That's what makes these games so fun. Here's the pitch from Chase. No, it's going to be a pickoff again. He is trying to keep Gaumont on that base.
Good slap tag by Bain. Supensky changing up the cadence, trying to keep both hitter and runner guessing.
And Chase finally pitches in, and that's going to be a bunt. And it's a good one, advances the runner. Chase gets it on the first base line, flips it to Bain. Good out. But the runner does advance. So Gaumont now on second with 1 out, with number 1, Ian Frayne, coming up. Ian LaFrayne.
Frayne out in right field today for Dulaney.
Also a senior.
Now in this first matchup, Dulaney had 4 hits off Supensky. Towson had 6 hits off of the starter for Dulaney on Wednesday, Farlow.
Here's the pitch from Chase. He's going to watch that in there for a ball. That game was defined definitely by the pitchers. This one, a little bit more offense to lead off, but we'll see how Chase responds to a runner on second with 1 out. Chase setting back up for the pitch to Ian. And that's going to be a grounder to second base. Boyce feeds it cleanly, gets it to Bain for the 2nd out. So 2 outs now, runner on third for Dulaney. Coming up here.
Stepping in is the sophomore Mazzullo, number 11. He has played shortstop for the Lions for the majority of the season. Soft hands, good footwork, bright future ahead.
Young especially as a sophomore. Fouls that one off. Yeah, Dulaney has a little bit more diversity when it comes to ages. They have definitely a few seniors, but also a few juniors and sophomores sprinkled in, as opposed to Towson, as we said, all seniors basically. His teammates cheering him on. Here's the pitch in from Chase. That's going to be taken for a strike. Nice pitch.
Both benches up on the fence early in the game here. It's an important game to them for bragging rights, obviously.
As you said, they all know each other, so they want to make sure that they can hold it over, especially Towson being able to say they won both games against Dulaney. That's going to be taken for a ball, 2-1.
In the long run, this game is going to help out both teams as they make their push into the playoffs, and hopefully both of them making state play as they did last year.
Towson trying to get to that states. They haven't been back there in a while. Trying to make it their year. Here's the pitch from Chase. And he's going to swing through, and that's going to be 3. So we're going to the bottom of the 2nd here. Towson still up 1-0. Dulaney strands a runner on third as we go into the bottom of the 2nd. All right, and welcome back to the bottom of the 2nd here. Towson versus Dulaney. Towson up 1-0. For this inning for them, it's going to be Steinbacher, then Bain, then Drosky. That's their top 3.
Now, both teams won their regions last year, a regional championship victory to propel them into states. Towson lost to Chopticon ultimately on the road, and then Dulaney dropped a game to Sherwood. Both teams looking to go deep in the states this year, and I don't think they're going to settle for anything less than a state final.
And that'd certainly be an exciting game for both of them. Yeah, Towson beat Hereford in the regional final. That was a good game for them. And this year they're hoping to go even further. Here's a pitch from Kersukis. That's going to be taken for a strike by Steinbacher, who's catching today, also a senior.
Steinbacher headed to Towson University next year. He's going to be a Tiger.
And that's a great piece of hitting from Steinbacher right down the gap. Good play there. So Steinbacher's going to be held at first. Good play there from Colson-Felt to stop the ball. But Steinbacher has been hitting the ball well. Great piece of hitting. Line drive right in the gap. So Bain coming up.
Steinbacher's been making good contact all year long. Earlier in the season, he was hitting the ball at people. You have senior Curtis Tong on to run. As a courtesy runner for Steinbacher, Sam Bain steps in.
Curtis Tong, great speed. Also pitches and plays in outfield.
Tong also has his flight license. He's going to be a pilot going to Jacksonville University.
And that's going to be a good bunt by Bain. And is he going to make it? Oh, yes, he is. Absolutely beautiful piece of hitting as Curtis is going to come around to third. So Bain with a beautiful bunt right down the first base line. Throw is over the head of the first baseman. So Bain on first now. No outs with runners on the corners and Curtis on third.
And Bain known more for his contact power hitting to the gaps. I don't think anybody was expecting that bunt, and he put a nice bunt down there.
That's surprising the pitcher there, surprising the entire team. Good play there by Bain and great hustle. He's going to take that pitch low.
Senior Nate Drosky's been hitting in the 9-hole this year for most of the season. Tormey likes him in that kind of reverse leadoff spot. He'll go to Tennessee next year.
And that's going to be taken for a strike, so 1-1. Curtis looking to get home again. Drosky just looking for a far ball and make sure he gets home.
Drosky looking to do a job, just put a ball in play.
That's going to be taken again, so it's 2-1. Towson batters have been making good contact all game against Kerstukas. As we said, I think some of them knowing the way he pitches definitely helps them, so they know what he's going to be throwing at them. It's that familiarity. Here's a pitch from Kerstukas. That's gonna be taken for a strike. Looked a little low. That's gonna be 2-2.
And in the Dulaney bullpen, you have sophomore Nate Farlow starting to get loose. He, of course, was the pitcher of record in Wednesday's game in Timonium.
And that's gonna be a strike 3 on Drosky. Watches it in. So that's the first out of the inning. But Justin Mealy coming up to the bat here, going back to the top of the order.
And rather than Drosky walking off upset, he encourages Justin Mealy as he walks back to the dugout, and he knows he'll get another chance. Justin Mealy, number 16, leadoff hitter again, second time around today.
And he fouls that one back. Yeah, Towson and Dulaney, both teams have a really good camaraderie between all the players. It's great to see, one of the most important things, of course, in high school baseball is making sure that each player has a good time doing it and gets better at the game. So here's the pitch here from Justin to Justin, and Justin's going to pop that one up, and that's going to be caught by the catcher. So Justin pops it way high up, 2 outs now.
Mason Frome made a nice play on that ball, coming back in toward the field of play. Probably started out foul, drifted back in, and he stuck with it.
Yeah, there is a little bit of wind coming in from the backstop, so he had to judge that well. Chase Sapensky up again. He's 1 for 1 today with a nice single, trying to drive these runners home.
Sapensky obviously looking to help himself. Not only can he control the portion of the game and the outcome on the mound, but also with the bat, he's looking to go for 2 for 2 on the day.
That's going to be taken for a strike by Sapensky. Sapensky, a lefty, hitting and throwing. Here's the pitch from Kerstukas. That's going to be watched for a ball, 1-1.
And once this game is over, these two teams will be big fans of one another, rooting their friends on. Towson rooting for Dulaney, Dulaney for Towson once they get through this game.
Hi there.
Hello.
All right, Sapensky in the hole at 1-2 here.
Sapensky trying to make contact on the ball.
All right,
and hit him as Sam already was going to steal a base. So bases are now loaded for Rico Talley. These are the moments that he lives for.
And I can tell you,
for his team.
Kerstukas was not looking to put him on base with a hit by pitch. He was working him in, and the ball just got away a little bit. So Rico Talley stands in, Towson's number 3 hitter all year long, and arguably their best when you look at the stat line.
I'd say so. Here's the pitch from Kerstukas. This is a pressure-filled moment for Kerstukas here on the mound, knowing he's facing a good hitter. It's a man-on-man matchup. That's what we like to see in baseball. So as Rico takes that first strike here. Here's the pitch from Kerstukas again. And that's going to be low. Fielded nicely by Frome.
Frome goes down for the block there. He is known for his blocking.
Talley just taking a couple practice swings.
The home crowd would like nothing better than a Rico Talley hit to the gap.
With more and more people showing up now. Talley, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch for Kerstukas, and he's going to foul that one behind into the river.
Talley with 2 strikes now. He knows he needs to protect. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big moment here for the senior.
Shorten up the swing. Just trying to make good contact. Kerstukas trying to fool him. Here's the pitch, and Talley's going to watch that in for a ball.
And that was out. Good eye by Talley, didn't chase. Good pitch choice by Kerstukas, seeing if he would get number 1 to chase.
Talley again, 2-2. Here's the pitch from Kerstukas, and he's going to watch that one low.
All right, we got a full count, 2 outs. Runners are going to be in motion. Kerstukas knows he needs to throw something around the plate.
And Talley knows that too, and he's looking to tee off here. He knows that Kerstukas can't dance. Here's the pitch. Talley slaps one. That's going to be in the gap. Oh, it's going to be over the head of the center fielder. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. 3 run scores. Talley's going to be held up at second. What a hit by Rico Talley, scoring 3 runs, driving everybody in. It's 4-0 Towson. Oh, what a play by Talley over the head of that center fielder onto the hill, which is a unique feature for Towson's lineup, for Towson's field, I should say.
Big hit. Just as his mom was walking off the parking lot, she was there to see it. Tell you what, number 21 for Dulaney, Jalen Alexander, made a nice play on it. He tried to get there, but that ball just had too much velo on it and was rising at the same time. So number 17, Ryan Boyce, stands in.
4-0 Towson. Boyce going to take that one.
It's a first pitch curveball offering from Christukis. Notice that our crowd is getting much bigger.
Well, they must have heard the cheers already. Towson up 4-0. Christukis, here's the pitch to Boyce. Boyce is going to get that one. Is that one going to get over? Yes, it does. Tally will score. Boyce held up at first, and that's 5-0 Towson. Boyce just blooping one over the head of the first baseman before the right fielder. Good piece of hitting right on that line.
And talking about our crowd, they are filing in mass. We've got a large contingent of Towson fans along the first base line. We have some practices finishing up, so those student athletes from Towson also coming to support their fellow classmates.
Looks like track's finishing up, yeah. And Michael Stamatos now.
We do have the umpires conferring. Coach Tormey pointed out something that he's looking for. Not sure what exactly
looks like he's making a, I think Cardano's making a belt sign maybe. Or something around the waist. So they're discussing. Don't know.
Nonetheless, that puts Towson up 5-0.
It's been a great inning for Towson. Rico Talley down to his last strike in the inning, knowing that Christukis needed to throw something around the plate. Absolutely got on it, drove it well. Both hits of his have been with great velocity. Very impressive hitting. As Michael steps back in. Time to play ball again. Christukis just trying to cool down, get out of this without any more damage. And Stamatos, that's going to be a strike. Boyce on first now.
Christukis got Stamatos on a swinging K first time through the lineup. I know that Michael is looking to get back on the positive side of the ledger here. We'll see what Christukis brings with pitch number 2 in the at-bat.
Here's a pitch from Christukis, and that's going to be a grounder, and he's going to dance around it. That's going to be fielded cleanly by the second baseman. So that's going to be 3 outs for Towson, 3 outs for Dulaney. Towson gets out of it, or Dulaney gets out of it, but it's going to be 5-0 Towson Generals. Great hitting, 4 runs, a lot of hits going into the top of the third here. And it is the top of the third here. 4 runs that last half inning for Towson. Great pieces of hitting by Ryan Boyce and Rico Talley.
That brings up the senior for Dulaney, number 6, Nate Smith. He plays third base for the Lions, and Towson knows the importance of putting up a clean defensive inning here. Dulaney has hitters, they know that. So
here's the first pitch of the inning. That's going to be high.
Sapensky looking to hit his spots, continue to work ahead, change speeds, and the defense behind him looking to continue to be on their game.
Showing his value last inning as both a hitter and a pitcher. Here's the pitch.
Towson has a lot of different leaders on the team this year, and Sapensky is one of the more quiet leaders. Goes about his job the right way as pitcher and hitter.
And I think they've done a good job as well balancing all those different voices. Here's the pitch from Chase, and that's going to be swung on and missed, so 2-1. And Towson already more runs than they had in the first game against Dulaney. So hoping to keep that lead. Here's the pitch from Chase. That's going to be swung on and missed again by Nate Smith.
Noah Corman at third, number 13, expecting something his way, so he is ready there at the hot corner at Towson's field here. One of the more difficult third bases to play.
Yes, it is, but that's going to be started off with 2 balls and got right back into it. 3 straight strikes for Sapensky there.
And that had to be some kind of a change up there because it looked like it fooled Smith.
Yes, it did.
All right, this is the sophomore call-up, fresh from JV, Maddox Helm, number 20. He's playing second today. He's a lefty hitter.
Had a good game defensively so far. This is our first time seeing him at the plate.
The junior varsity Generals in Timonium this afternoon to take on the JV Lions. Their second matchup within the week as well.
That's going to be taken. You know, I mean, if you're a JV call-up here, the most important thing is just being able to calm your nerves, obviously. Get into it. Just try to act like you've been there before. Here's the pitch from Chase. He's going to take that one for a strike.
And the last thing Sapensky wanted to do is put him on with a walk, so he gets back there with a strike and seeing if he can get Helm to put something in play before they turn that lineup back over.
Here's the pitch from Sapensky. And that's going to be a strike as well. So it's now 2-2.
And here's where some of those nerves might come in for the sophomore call-up.
Yeah, you know, I think he's just watched all the pitches, probably getting a little bit used to that higher velocity pitching. Here's the pitch from Chase. And that one was off speed. So he gets that ball. Here. Runs right into the booth. Good thing it was just a grounder. A little souvenir. All right, so it's still 2-2. And swing and a miss.
And Sapensky climbed the ladder there. He went up for the high fastball, got Helm to chase.
Yes, he did. Good pitching.
Helm will learn from that. He's young.
Yes, he will. It was good to see him swing on the last pitch as well, getting a little more confident with it. And making some contact on that foul ball.
So our leadoff hitter is Matt Dow. Certainly doesn't have the characteristic leadoff traits. He's more of a 3-4 hitter, but Coach McElroy looking to get something going early for Dulaney.
Just being able to get on base as well is very important, which is something you can do in droves.
Sapensky knows he needs to make his pitches here. This is an important at bat. You always want to get that middleman, especially coming out after a big inning on your own. So
Sapensky, here's the pitch from him. And that's going to be fouled on the third base line. That's going to roll near the announcer booth as well.
Dow is a power pitcher. I don't think he's pitched many innings for Dulaney this year. I think he's nursing an arm injury. He's played primarily as a DH this year. He plays year-round.
And that's going to be a good piece of hitting. As we said, getting on base. Stamanos cleanly fielded in right field. Good piece of hitting. Good single there for Dow.
And although Towson and Coach Tormey don't want to see the single there, they're happy that the ball is in front of the outfield, not in between or behind them.
Which is what happened with Rico Talley's hit, that it got behind him, even on a great hustle and effort from the center fielder there from Dulaney.
The catcher Mason Fromm here in the 2-hole, number 10 for Dulaney. One out, Bain holding the runner.
Bain, not the everyday first baseman, but when Chase is pitching, he plays it well.
Bain has kind of turned into the super utility. He plays a very solid first base when Sapensky's pitching. Has started in right earlier against Sparrows Point and also DHs for the Generals. Nice to have that utility nature.
Yes, he is. Here's a pitch from Sapensky, and that's going to be fouled back. Also been playing some left field as of recently, especially in practice.
Sapensky has set a nice pace here on the mound. He's working his typical pace, not slow, not fast. It's his game. He makes the hitters wait for his pitch.
He's kept a good number of pitches here as well, trying to get out of this one though. That's going to be a grounder to the second baseman. Ryan Boyce fields it cleanly, right to Sam. That's 3 outs. So Dulaney, 1 hit in that inning, but no runs. 3 outs there for them. It's still going to stay 5-0 Towson as we go into the bottom of the third. It's the bottom of the third now. Towson trying to capitalize again, or I should say really go further on what they did in that second inning there. They're up 5-0 now against Dulaney here, 5-star field.
Noah Corman steps in for his second term today. Noah is twin to Ethan Corman. Ethan right now is over on that Towson sideline. Ethan is going to the University of Vermont.
Going to do biology there. That first pitch is taken high by Noah Corbin. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high. Corbin plays good third base. Great defensive player.
Towson continues to stand on the bench area. This is probably the game that they've been most involved in as a team, as a unit. knowing the importance of the stretch run here going into the playoffs.
Here's the pitch from Christoukas. That's going to be taken for the first strike. 3-1 here to Noah. That's going to be a ball. I'm sorry. Now 3-1.
A little low. Umpire liked it. Corman, a one-time pitcher back in the day.
Pitch from Christoukas. That's going to be fouled back. So 2 strikes now.
Corman, after seeing that low ball called for a strike, wasn't leaving anything to chance there. Took a nice hack on it.
Teammates encouraging him from the bench, as he said, very into this game. Here's the pitch from Christoukas. That's going to be high, and that's a nice walk there for Noah.
Always dangerous if you leave that batter's box before the umpire calls ball 4. Sometimes the umpire calls you back or calls you out, but Noah, I guess, saw that as being high. A little better vantage point than we do. He certainly has a high baseball IQ.
Yes, he does. So Steinbacher, speaking of someone with a high baseball IQ, here's the pitch to him. That's going to be taken for a ball.
Christoukas, the lefty for Dulaney, is a gamer. He wants to be out there for that 3rd inning. Wants to see if he can hold Towson this inning. He's working quick as compared to Sapensky.
Yes, he is. He keeps a much faster pace, as we were talking about in that last inning.
Towson batters need to recognize that and perhaps call a timeout if Christoukas is working too quick for him. All-speed offering there from Christoukas.
Good pitch. Yeah, Towson swinging a lot more on those later pitches in the count rather than those first couple ones as they get more used to Christoukas. And that's going to be popped up by Steinbacher. It looks like it's going to be heading foul.
When Christoukas is not pitching for Dulaney, he is their regular center fielder. Made a nice play on the Michael Stamatos line drive to left center last Wednesday.
Rangy center fielder there. So Steinbacher getting back into it. And Christoukas, little pickoff move there, trying to get Noah, but he's on the bag.
A little bit of trivia for you. Christoukas of Dulaney and Bain for Towson used to platoon as first baseman for the Putty Hill team before Christoukas finding his spot in the outfield and pitcher.
And another good hit there from Steinbacher, going to fall, and that's going to be fielded barehanded by the center fielder. So Steinbacher 2 for 2 on the day. Great piece of hitting. Going to move the runners up.
Good play by the center fielder, Alexander. Kind of a iffy surface out there. You got some ruts from the soccer field playing out there in the fall, and he was good to keep that ball in front.
Yeah, looks like he had to grab it barehanded to make sure it didn't go past him. You know, he's been making good plays all day, keeping those balls ahead of him.
And Bain isn't going to be able to see his friend John Christoukas a second time through. It looks like McElroy has called on the sophomore, Nate Farlow. Farlow, of course, started the game last Wednesday.
And as you were talking about, Christoukas now out in center field, replacing number 21, Jalen.
Alexander played a nice game out there, replaced by the veteran Christoukas. Farlow features a fastball, curveball, changeup. Again, the Towson team familiar with him.
Tall pitcher.
6 hits off of him on Wednesday, including one by our next hitter, Sam Bain. Sam Bain is headed for West Virginia University in the fall.
Going to be doing nursing there.
One of probably about 8 or so students from Towson High School to make their way out to Morgantown to continue their academic career.
I'm also going there. West Virginia, popular place, as we said, for Towson students, as well as UMD, Virginia Tech. Those big state schools get a lot of applicants. People going there.
And looking over on the Towson sideline there, we're seeing Alexander Hart, one of our other seniors. He is headed to Coastal Carolina, going down to Myrtle Beach for a little fun in the sun.
He's also a speed player, Hart.
Had a nice game against the Raiders the other day on Saturday.
And speaking of Tong, looks like Tong's back in there for Steinbacher again. And with Steinbacher catching, they do want to make sure that he's ready for the next inning, so they usually send Curtis in. And Curtis has good speed.
By rule, you must use the same courtesy runner for your catcher as you did the first time, unless you put that courtesy runner into the game officially. So Tong will be the courtesy runner as long as he's not placed into the game as a fielder or a pinch hitter.
Tong got some power on him as well if they do want to pinch hit him.
All right, here comes Sam Bain, number 44, the senior out of Lutherville.
Here we go, Force!
Bain. Here's the pitch to him, and he's going to be bunting it again. Seems to be their strategy, and he's going to be safe, and everybody's safe.
How about that?
Now that is 2 bunts and 2 hits for Sam Bain. But we'll see what they mark the first one, but 2 plate
Two
appearances.
sacrificing for the team and getting on base 2 times.
Looks like that coaching strategy they've used for Bain. I don't know if they've used that one before, but it's working for him so far, as now the bases are loaded with no outs. Here for number 2, Nate Drosky, the number 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. Gonna be taken low.
And I know the Towson coaching staff is looking to do a little bit more of that, some bunting and some stealing, some hit and runs and some squeezes as they get into the playoff season in just a couple of weeks. You don't want to be predictable. You want to bring some things that your opponents might not have seen on the regular.
And Bain does indoor track in the winter season to stay in shape, so that speed paying off now with these 2 bunts. Here's the pitch to Drosky. And he's going to send that one up. That's going to be the left field side.
That'll be enough to get the
Felt
runner
getting
in.
under it. And yes, it will with Corman going home. Curtis Tong into third. Bain into second. Goes past. Curtis was sliding, not able to see that ball, so only 1 run scores there. But good sacrifice from Nate Drosky. So that's going to be 6-0 for Towson.
And although Curtis Tong may have had an opportunity to get up and go home with nobody out here, you certainly don't want to risk it. Only in the 3rd inning, you want to make sure that each run is in runners in place to score. You don't want to risk it. So we're going to turn the lineup over for a 3rd time, Liam. We've got Justin Mealy, our leadoff hitter, hitting for the 3rd time in just the 3rd inning.
And Mealy last time was unable to get a hit. Trying to capitalize this time. He's going to swing through.
Mealy is also a very good bunter. With his speed and the ability to bunt and hit from the top of the order, he can also lay one down at any given time.
And he's out of Rogers Forge. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be high.
Mealy, one of 15 players spread out over the Towson and Dulaney rosters that have affiliation with Putty Hill. Mealy came over to Putty Hill from the Towson Rec organization, now suiting up for the Generals for a 4th year.
All those organizations really good for promoting youth baseball there, especially Towson Rec for those younger generations as before they go on to a club team like Putty Hill.
And I tell you what, both Towson and Dulaney are set for years to come. These are baseball programs that have been around for a long time, lots of tradition, lots of championships, and more importantly, molding young men to be successful adults later in life.
It's very encouraging to see that long line of people. As you said, 2 coaches from the 2000 States team are now, 2 players are now coaches. That's going to be fouled back by Mealy, so 2 strikes on him.
Coach John Carsos, Coach Oliver Goodwin on the Towson sideline played for the legendary Coach Bill Yaska, who was at Towson for a number of years and took them, of course, to the state title championship win in 2000 over Walkersville.
Here's the pitch from Farlow, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on Justin. Doesn't look like he agrees with that one, but he's going to take it. That's going to be 1 out, so Chase Sapensky now up, followed then by Rico Talley and Ryan Boyce.
So pitcher versus pitcher here. Farlow gets a big first out of the inning. Sapensky seeing if he can plate both Tong and Bain here in the bottom of the 3rd.
It's been an exciting game already. That's going to be taken for a strike. Towson, as we said, up to that early, quick lead, trying to get on more.
Farlow comes in with a curveball there.
He's got a good off speed.
Nate Smith in on the grass for Dulaney at 3rd.
Going to be watching that bunt as well, that suicide squeeze, especially with Curtis's speed. We'll have to see if they pull it out here, but it looks like Chase is going for the full swing, and he's going to watch that for a ball.
Coach Cardano down to first base would like nothing better for Sapensky to get down and see him over at first base.
Cardano also a student resource officer here at Towson. And Chase is going to send that. Is that going to be a fair ball? Yes, it is. They're going to call that fair, and he's going to come into second. Both runs are going to score, and Chase slides into second safe. So that is 2 more runs for the Towson Generals. It looks like it was just on that line, but able to go in fair. So that's 8-0 now, as both Bain and Tong score for the Generals.
Good
with only 1 out.
In there by Sapensky, calm, cool, collected in that batter's box.
And Cardano did end up seeing him, but it was as he was running past without Chase with a stand-up double, or sliding double, I should say.
And I know for Dulaney, the last person they want to see right now in the box is senior Rico Talley.
Rico Talley just had that 3 RBI double on his last plate appearance. Trying to do that again here. He's going to watch that pitch in for a strike, though.
Hard to believe that the senior Talley is uncommitted at this point. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, he's going to make some college coach happy.
I'm sure he's a lot of college coaches asking him is the thing. It's going to be tough to decide.
The Towson bench continues to provide plenty of support over on that sideline there.
And they've got to be happy with their performance. Really no mistakes so far for them.
And right now this is a statement game on both sides of the baseball.
Here's the pitch. Talley hits it. Good piece of hitting. That's going to drop in that gap, and Chase is going to easily come around to home. Rico Talley sliding in there for a single. It's 9-0 Towson, with Talley getting a 4th RBI of the game.
And that's how you hit an off-speed pitch.
He timed it up well, landed it right in that left-right or center-right gap.
Stayed back on it, went with the pitch to right center field, and now we have Ryan Boyce, Towson's cleanup hitter, for his 3rd turn of the day in just the bottom of the 3rd.
As it gets a little bit windier and chillier here as we get later into the day. That's going to be a pitch low. Boyce, as we said, have some good power.
Philo has a nice makeup as only a sophomore for the Lions. He's got a bright future ahead, doesn't seem to be fazed by the atmosphere.
And it's great to get these moments in now, even if he has allowed a couple runs here. Some not going to be charged to him, but others will be. But it's great to get those in now as he's going to go into his junior and senior years. He's going to be used to these big moments against big teams. And Rico going for the steal. He's going to get it. Great speed, as we said. Good throw there, a little bit high, but Talley was there no matter what.
Dulaney will look to go with Kerstukis, Farlow, Felt in the playoffs, and hopes that they get Dow back. And then you also have Grant Kerstukis headed out to the bullpen for Dulaney. He can help you out on the mound as well.
So Grant Kerstukis might be coming in after his brother was the one who started the game.
Towson, of course, in addition to Sapensky, has Boyce, Huck, Talley.
And that's going to be taken low. And Mealy hasn't pitched any this year, but he is also a very talented pitcher.
And then you also have Decker, Tong. A lot of options for Tormey as we get late in the season. Mealy, a star pitcher in the past, has played a good center field, so I know that Tormey wants to have him on the mound, but also recognizes the value of Mealy as a center fielder.
As Boyce is getting on base there. So Mike fouls the pitch off.
And Michael Stamatos goes by stats to his teammates as a basketball player as well. Finished up on the hardwood for the Generals in late February.
Good player there as well, good shooter. Presence inside. And that same big body for baseball.
As we said in the Dulaney bullpen, senior number 2, Grant Kerstukis, getting himself loose. Both teams with multiple games to play this week, and it's only Monday. Welcome to Baltimore County Baseball.
Very busy for them, and Dulaney also obviously trying to save some arms, not use too much. And we're going to be ripped, going to bounce off his glove as Talley's going to come around as Colson Felt fields it, and that's a good piece of hitting there for Michael. Good speed. Nate Smith unable to make that play. Seems frustrated with himself. Bounced off his gloves. Fair ball, letting Rico Talley score. So it's 10-0 now to Towson, with Stamatos getting on base and Boyce moving to second.
And that's a tough chance for Smith down there at the hot corner. Ball came quick from the 6'3", 6'4", Michael Stamatos coming off the bat there pretty hot.
It looked like a pretty high hop as well. Tough to judge. And we're going back here. Made it through all 9 in this inning for the Generals with Noah Corman.
Generals have runners on first and second. Boyce leads off second. Stamatos off first. Noah Corman again, like we just mentioned, back for a second turn this inning.
He's going to take that one for a strike, and Stamatos has to dive back to the bag.
Little back pick there from the Galmont.
And it looks like he might be down. Hopefully not anything too serious, maybe just a little sore. And he's helped up there by Coach Cordano.
Galmont and Stamatos, both teammates on the Putty Hill team. They know each other well, having a smile over there. That's good to see.
That's my right fielder. So Corbin getting back into the box here. As we said, 10-0 Towson. Still only one out for the Generals. They got some more to go in this inning. Here's the pitch from Farlow. Gonna be taken up high.
Corman really has had a good year, both at the plate and in the field. Very reliable player for Towson.
As he takes that pitch inside. Yeah, you know, he's been a really good all-around hitter. It's nice to see all these hitters maturing, honestly, and getting really into their games. They just have a great all-around team, as you can see here by their big lead versus Dulaney. Here's the pitch from Farlow. And that's going to be down the third base line. Good fielding there by Nate Smith. And it looks like that was 3 outs. So they did have 3 outs there. So we're going into the bottom of the, or top of the fourth. Or no, bottom of the third here.
Top of the fourth.
Top of the fourth. Thank you. 10-0 Towson as they add a few more runs that inning. All right, and it's the top of the fourth here. Dulaney up, trying to get some of those runs back. Look like number 4 stepping in there.
All right, we've got picture side of things, so we'll describe everything that's going on here.
Make sure we're getting it good. That's going to be taken for a strike there by John Christoukas.
Christoukas, arguably one of Dulaney's best hitters, looking to get something started for the Lions. Noticed in between innings, the Lions coach pulled his group together.
And that's going to be a hit to Sam Bain, who flips it. Great defensive play by Chase Lipinski, running over heads-up play.
See what I'm saying? On screen locks.
Real nice play. Bain staying down on the ball, and then the flip to Lipinski. PFP practice there.
You like to see that's a heads-up play with Sam making the good play.
All right, so number 3, Liam Galmont, Jr. for Dulaney.
And as we said, Chase just keeping everything nice and steady here.
And you can tell that Galmont was definitely working out in the offseason.
And that's going to be hit right to Lipinski. So 2 good fielding plays already for this inning. That's going to be 2 outs.
And if you're the Generals, that's exactly what you want. A real quick inning back in the dugout. If you're the Lions, it is probably the last thing that you were looking to have happen there. You wanted a long inning here in the top of the fourth. We'll see if Colson Felt can provide something for the Lions here.
Looks like we're getting our camera back here, so we're able to see all the action as well as hear it.
Towson keeping the same defensive alignment as they started the game with.
With 2 outs now. Well, it's been serving them well. I mean, this has basically been the same look that they've given every team, and they really have not faltered since that 1 loss to Eastern Tech. And that's going to be popped up behind the backstop.
Felt's mom was a graduate of Towson High School in 1989. She was a standout athlete.
Very impressive, but Felt going to Dulaney. And that's going to be a little bit low. Trey's trying to run through this inning quick. Keep the Dulaney hitters down. You know, as you were talking about with the coach, it's really important to motivate them, get some kind of good vibes going, even if they're not fully able to come back from this 10-run deficit, making sure they stay in this. That's going to be low as well.
Towson needs to make sure that they keep that energy up on the bench and in the field. You don't want to let a team like Dulaney back in it. They are fully capable of putting some runs on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, if Towson can get 10 runs in the first 3 innings, Dulaney can certainly get 10 runs in the last 3. Here's the pitch from that, and he's going to swing through it. That's going to be 3 outs in the inning. So, 1, 2, 3 inning, very quick there for Chase Lipinski. Exactly what Towson wanted. We're going into the bottom of the fourth here. 10-0 Towson versus Dulaney. Bottom of the fourth here, 10-0 Towson Generals versus the Dulaney Lions at 5-Star Field. As Andy Steinbacher coming up to the plate. Andy Steinbacher, 2 for 2 today, 2 good hits.
And both Towson and Dulaney sharing opponents later in the week, both playing Dundalk. The Lions at home, Towson on the road, both playing Catonsville. And Dulaney also playing Kenwood this calendar week.
And I think Towson's really fed off their home crowd. Here's the pitch. And Steinbarger's going to take that. As I was saying, I think Towson's really fed off their home crowd, wanting to show out for them. Dulaney hoping they can do that tomorrow against Dundalk. Here's the pitch. Steinbarger going to take that one high. And Dulaney also is going to be facing Lock Raven on Wednesday. Here's the pitch, and Steinbarger going to go down the third base line. That's going to be foul.
Towson and Dulaney, of course, separated by a mere 5 miles or so, give or take a few.
It's a very close matchup here. Rivals in a lot of sports. There's also the I-83 Classic for the outdoor track teams with Towson, Hereford, and Dulaney on Wednesday. Exciting matchup in that. And Steinbarger gets back into the plate here. Also faced off in all sports. Here's the pitch.
And let's not forget the number of student athletes we have out here. The entire starting lineup for Towson and Dulaney, plus everybody on the roster for Towson and Dulaney. Just not only do they do well in the field, but outstanding work in the classroom.
As Steinbarger hits that, that's going to get past. Going to be fielded cleanly by the shortstop. Nice play. That's going to be one out.
Mazzullo made that one look easy.
A lot of style in his game.
Over to Gallman at first base, and Sam Bain, who has had 2 sacrifice bunts on the day, reaching base twice and scoring twice.
Now Towson with the big lead, and obviously with no one on base, we'll have to see if they go back to the sacrifice bunt, which has worked twice, or if they're going to let him swing away. And it looks like they will, with him taking a healthy cut on that first pitch. Now, Towson, as we said, Bain did get a hit off Farlow in the game against Dulaney.
Yeah, Bain was part of that big 7th inning for Towson last Wednesday.
Had an RBI on his hit.
Got hung up in that rundown that allowed Noah Corman to score. Sam Bain working with 2 strikes here.
Got to protect the plate. Here's the pitch from Farlow. And Bain's going to get a good piece of meat on that one. Looks like it's coming in between, and that is going to drop. Sam now going to second as nobody covered it, and that is a clean double for Sam Bain. What a piece of hitting. Hit it right between the center field and the second baseman. Shortstop, I should say. Nobody was covering second,
and that
so
ball,
Bain able to get second base.
That ball was untouched. Mazzullo going out, Kristukas coming in, and it just fell right in between.
Looked like it was in the range. Just a little bit of communication error there.
Credit Bain for coming hard out of the box and getting all the way to second.
He's been hustling all game. Very impressive. And here's going to be the pitch to Drosky, who had that sacrifice fly that scored a run. And the first one of the last inning.
Drosky's about due. You can look for him probably putting something in play here, hopefully finding a gap for the home team generals.
Yes, he is. With this big lead, you know, it's nice for Towson that they can really swing freely. With Bain now on second, taking a nice lead. Here's the pitch from Farlow. And as we said, and that's going to go into the left field. That's going to be in the gap. Bain coming around, was watching that ball. He's going to get home easily. Drosky going. And he's going to be held up at second. Didn't want to go for 3 there. Great piece of hitting as he celebrates on the second base path with his teammates doing their signature celebration. Beautiful piece of hitting there from Drosky. Barrel on the ball. Right in that left center gap between Colson Felt and John Kristukas.
And right on cue there, Drosky delivers the solid double into left center field, and that's going to do it for Nate Farlow. Coach McElroy recognizing that he may need to go back to the right-hander later on in the week, and calls on senior Grant Kristukas, who certainly is an experienced pitcher, both for Dulaney and for his club team, Putty Hill.
And the advantage of using Grant Kristukas here, he knows the hitters, he knows the hitters' strengths for sure, but also their weaknesses. When he can throw as we're going back into the top of the order with Justin Mealy coming up to bat with Grant Drosky going to be on second.
Grant Kristukas is going to the University of Maryland in the fall. Always been a Terps fan. And first batter he'll face will be Justin Mealy. Of course, they are very familiar with one another, and this will be Mealy's 4th turn. Mealy's looking to get into the hitting side of things this game, so he'll be anxious to see what Grant has to offer today.
With Towson now up 11-0. Kristukas more of a finesse pitcher. Looks like a little bit less power, but very good.
Although Christoukas does have a sneaky good fastball, he'll throw it high, he'll get guys to chase, and as you mentioned, he does feature a good off-speed arsenal of a curveball and changeup. Relies on that curveball to set up the fastball.
As well as the changeup to full hitters.
And was the starting second baseman in the matchup last Wednesday.
Was not in the field to start this game, but now coming into pitch.
So Drosky will make his way back out to second as Christoukas finishes with his warm-up tosses here. And we're in the bottom of the fourth inning here at Five Star Field. The Towson Generals with a commanding 11-0 lead.
And the first couple of batters of this inning getting on with Bain.
Big moment for Dulaney if you can get a nice outing here from Christoukas. He's somebody that can help you down the stretch here of the regular season and into the postseason.
You know, at this point, a lot of it is about confidence. Getting Grant in there against a good team in Towson. Here's that first pitch. Gonna be low. Merely a tall hitter, so big strike zone, but a little bit higher than some.
Free and easy here for Christoukas, just looking to let his fielders do the work. Mealy looking to put something in play of value.
And he's going to swing that one through. Nicely fielded by the second baseman. And he's going to be out! Oh, man, that was a close play. Cardano did think he was safe.
Could have gone either way.
Looked like it took a little bit, but he caught him out.
The sophomore Helm making the play to his left. Galmont with the stretch for Dulaney.
Helm's definitely impressed me on the second base defensive side of it. You know, made a couple nice plays, got out, hasn't messed anything up.
Tell you what, Mealy hustling down that line shows his value as a base runner. He's dangerous once he can get on.
And that was a hard hit ball as well, which is good to see. Chase is getting into it here. Sapensky, that's going to be taken for a ball. Drosky did move up to third on that. But we now have 2 outs in the inning. So Chase just looking to pile on another one. We'll have to see if they keep Chase in the game after 4 clean innings of work, especially with that big lead, or whether they'll test someone else out. That's going to be taken for a strike there. Drosky looking to come around with 2 outs.
Once again, you got that noise and energy coming from the Generals sideline, from the Generals faithful.
They've been standing up every offensive time. Very impressive to see. And Chase is going to hit that one, and that's going to get past Mazzullo. Angry with himself, but that was a hard hit ball. Tough play.
And that was a hard hit ball right up the middle. Christoukas made a nice effort at it. Mazzullo up the middle, nice effort.
And as we've been saying, the hitter you really don't want to see in this situation. Rico Talley been coming up clutch in every at-bat that he's had. As Sapensky scores, Nate Drosky, so it's going to make it 12-0 Towson.
And it looks like we have a pinch runner coming on for Sapensky. That's going to be senior Alex Hart. And I know he's excited to get into the game as he knows a number of the players on Dulaney's squad. As we mentioned, Hart is headed for Coastal Carolina. And it'll be interesting to see if Tormey re-enters Sapensky, who was only at 48 pitches, to pitch the 5th.
Oh, well, that's a pretty low count, especially through 4 innings. Well, you know, I would say with them taking him out of the game here with 2 outs, that most likely they are probably trying to get him back in here, get him ready to pitch. We'll see what happens on the bench.
Good moment for Hart getting him into the game, especially after the game he had on Saturday. He had a 2-hit game against the Raiders here at home.
Very nice. Yeah, everybody really did well against that game against the Lock Raven Raiders. I believe they won, I think, 16-0. Very impressive. With Rico stepping up to pitch here against Grant Christoukas. And he's going to take that pitch for a ball. Great eye.
Christoukas, like his brother John, is not going to back down. He knows the ability of Rico, but he'll go ahead and see what he can do.
Here's the pitch there. That's going to be taken low as well. So Hart looking to use his speed on the base pass. You know, if Rico gets a hold of one, he gets a good jump. Trying to maybe score from first. And Rico does hit the ball nicely. It's going to be fielded cleanly by that sophomore. Good play.
Sophomore Helm makes the play there for the 3rd out of the inning.
So we're going to the top of the 5th here with Towson up 12-0, adding a couple more from Bain and Drosky. We'll see you in the top.
Supensky will re-enter.
Yes, he will. And we're back here in the top of the fifth for the Towson Generals. Supensky's still on the mound with only 48 pitches, as we mentioned. Very efficient game for him.
So for the Baltimore County, actually the state of Maryland, high school rule is you can re-enter. If you're in the starting lineup, you can be taken out and re-enter for yourself. So Supensky re-enters with a pitch count of 48.
And the same Towson look on defense.
And the Dulaney hitter is Ian Frayne, right fielder.
Fouling it back. And it looks like Curtis Tong is going up to the bullpen with Ryan Kennedy catching. So we'll see if he gets some action here.
Tong either looking to close out the fifth, or if we get to the sixth inning, maybe pitch that sixth inning.
Here's the pitch here. It's a hard hit ball. Oh, Bain fumbles it a little bit, but that's going to be an out. Another great play from Chase Supensky. That hat falling off, showing off those luscious locks.
Very athletic play. Bain doesn't want that ball to get past him with a 12-0 game. You don't want to have one get by you like that, so he plays it safe, gets down a little bit closer to the dirt. Supensky, very athletic, as you mentioned, getting over to first base.
And yeah, Bain, you know, heads up play as well. I think he was probably looking to go to the bag there at first, but as he fumbled the ball a little bit, Chase was able to get over there, flip it to him quickly.
Thomas Mazzullo up for the Lions.
That's going to be swung through.
Lions hitters looking to get something early in the count here. They don't want to wait around. If they're going to get something going, it's got to be now.
Chase Supensky loading up for another pitch here to Mazzullo, who fouls it back. It's 2 quick strikes on him. Chase getting early in the counts. That's what it's keeping his pitch count low.
So you have a good sophomore hitter here versus the savvy veteran left-hander Supensky. Let's see who wins this battle right here at 0-2.
Very exciting stuff. Mazzullo, bright future ahead of him, played a good shortstop today. And that's going to be a check swing. They're going to let him have that one. Good eye on that.
To Dulaney's credit, their bench is still involved. They know that they can take some positive momentum into their next game.
Certainly. I mean, I think that's what's really the best part of these games. And that's going to be a strike and a beautiful off speed from Chase Supensky.
Called strike 3.
That's 2 quick outs. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the fifth here.
2 outs and
or top of the
senior
fifth.
Nate Smith on for Dulaney for his third at bat here. Actually, it might just be his second. Yeah, it is just his second. Supensky only going through the lineup twice.
Very efficient ball. Only, I believe, 1 or 2 hits allowed for Supensky. Had a couple no-hitters last year. Very impressive. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be swung through as well. So 2 quick strikes on Nate Smith.
Towson has had a lot of good pitching rotations over the years. This definitely is one of the best.
And that's going to be high.
Rivals their 2000 rotation, their rotation in 8, 10, 11, right around there. They had some really good squads and really good teams, as well as 2018.
18 was very impressive. You know, they've had some recent good pitching last year. Obviously, you had Mealy, as we said. Supensky also there. Noah Perkinson also was a good pitcher. Got injured, so was unable to play his last senior season.
Yeah,
Still a very talented pitcher.
Towson making that nice run last year without Perkinson on the mound.
I can only imagine what it would have been like with him there, with that more pitching depth. And that's going to be popped up here. That's going to be going over.
And
Foul into the river.
Perkinson, part of that pitching staff at Division I New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Rest of there, as you were saying about the 2018 Towson Generals, who won that regional championship.
You also have Jack Bain at McDaniel, Kyle Solkowski at Emory.
And that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be 3 outs for the Towson Generals here. 1, 2, 3 inning.
And that will be the game by virtue of the 10-run rule. So it's 10 after 5.
Yes,
Towson will go ahead and put up those 12 runs. And
So
lastly,
that'll be a
that 2018, Liam also featured Andrew Decker, Adam's brother. He was the catcher on that team. So a lot of folks playing college ball for the Generals, and will continue to do so.
And just a great day for the Generals. 12-0. Very good on hitting. Of course, as we said, clutch hitting there by Rico Talley, Ryan Boyce, really everyone in the lineup. And great pitching by Chase Zapensky, doing a complete game shutout. As we see the teams with some sportsmanship, as we said, they all know each other. Going to be using this to brag, but it's still a great game between two great teams.
And a couple of important dates coming up. Next Monday, May 2nd here at 5 Star Field will be Towson hosting Patterson Mill out of Harford County for their senior day, so please come on out and support your Towson High School senior baseball players. And then on Saturday, May 7th, we have the Towson High School baseball alumni game.
And they gave the crowd something to watch today, and thank you for supporting us here on AC Sports. I've been Liam Emmons, joined by Coach Matt Bain, and have a good night.